Hello everyone and welcome to DBF1. It is season 8 round number 3 of the championship. We are here in Jeddah for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We are currently watching Lewis Craig on his outlap. A few drivers are on their laps, but as we get everything sorted, we will just watch Lewis on his outlap. We'll get the stream shared. We'll go through the championship standings and co, and we'll get to the action for the final 15 or so minutes once we do that. So we've got the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix coming your way. 6.1 kilometers, 27 turns. Average speed of 250 kilometers an hour. Whether or not we'll see that tonight, just with the battery deployment that we have with the F126 cars, will yet to be seen as Lewis Craig gets his lap underway in the first run of qualifying. We'll of course have a lobby reset um, for the after qualifying, so the drivers don't retire, don't leave the lobby, but they'll retire from the race. So ignore that first sort of race start that you'll see on the stream. Unfortunately, I'm just in the PS5, so you won't get the cool graphics that you've seen in the past with Jessica. But a little bit of history from Dive Bomb around Jeddah as Casper sets provisional pole at 32.8. Sheikh Waste won the opening round that we ever had here in Jeddah in Season 5. Jenga Boy in Season 6. And then Casper, the man that was currently top. And then Kai, or myself, has now blasted that time. Casper Klein, championship leader. He won round 1. He ran round 2. And he's on course to win round 3. And if he wins round 3, that'll be 5 consecutive race wins. And that would be history in dive bomb. We've only ever had 4 consecutive wins. That was the matter in Season 2. Casper himself has done it twice. And he's looking to break that deck now. Lewis on his flying lap. We'll see what his sector times are going to look like towards the end here as he comes up now to turn number 27. Brake really hard, regain some of that battery. He's got a bit of battery to play with here, 50% or so. You'll get straight mode active, overtake boost enabled. Lewis Craig on the run up to the line. He's not the lone McLaren tonight like he was last week, and it's currently P2. It is a 1-2 for McLaren. It is Kai in first, Lewis Craig in second, and in the man that is third in the Drivers' Championship, Cam K-Mam, the American driver, round the final corner. He'll go. What will it be for him in this opening run of qualifying in the Audi? He splits the McLaren, so a good lap. And it looks like the Cadillac is close. Alexi, he's gone purple in the Williams on the medium tyre. Alexi is a new driver to the league, so we welcome him. He's the newest rookie on the grid. I think this is his first sort of racing experience since F122, so good to see him back. And he was part of Team Vapor back in the day, and if you remember all those years ago, Vapor were of course in the esports that we did. So we'll run through the championship as we're watching Cam Rules on his lap. It is Casper Klein leading the way, 50 points to his name. Jenga Boy, who's not here tonight unfortunately, on 36. You got Cam K 3 points behind on 33. Then it's a bit of a drop off to Deck, who's on 19. Cam Rules is on the screen, 18. Tech 18 as well. Vivesser 15. Jordan 14. Daniel P. Whelan at 11, who I believe is not here either. Dash is on 10. Lewis Craig 10. Scottish Goat 10. Then you got Kai on 7. Jess, Chris, and Tony all on 6. Kai is on 3. Hijab on 1, who's been banned. And then Evil Dragon on 1. There's a few other drivers who have yet to score points as Cam slots himself onto the second row of the grid. I think Jordan is next on intermediate, so we'll just squeeze past that. We'll get the tyres up quickly. So only one of the top 5 on the medium compound. Alexi will start the Grand Prix if it finishes this way on the medium compound tyre. Dash on the softs. He's been very quick in qualifying. He's had some quick races as well, but not got the greatest outcomes or luck in the opening few rounds, but we'll see what he can do here in Jeddah. Very smooth opening sector. We'll see what he can do in terms of split time. And it is purple through the first sector for the Racing Bulls driver, who sit 9th in the constructors, only on 13 points. They need a good result tonight, him and Kaya. Kaya top 10 at the moment, looking good for Kaya if that can hold. But you'd imagine if they're going to score some valuable points across the season, it's going to have to be Dash finishing in the top 6. You'd expect him to be there. Quick enough to be there. Obviously, Juan Silverstone in DBF2, and he's very wide, and that invalidates his lap as he was purple through the first 2 sectors, and he'll have to go again. Tony looks like the next man up, or is it Jake? Jake's invalidated. Tony was ahead anyway, so we'll see. Tony has shown up, so that will then remove his attendance warning that he had earlier on this afternoon for not doing the attendance, but he's here, so he'll have that removed after the night's done. So we'll go through the constructors now. We've got a bit of a lull. Red Bull 56 points, Casper and Jess. You've got Mercedes on 51 behind, Audi 39, Ferrari on 30. Then you've got Cadillac on 24, Williams on 18, McLaren 17, Haas 14, Racing Bull 13, previously mentioned, Alpine 10, Aston Martin have got 1 point. And yeah, so Chris got the move to Audi, and he's not actually here. So that puts him in, after clicking the attendance that he would show up, in danger of maybe getting in trouble. Tony sticks himself into the top 10. Is anyone on a fresh lap? Looks like Kai is on one, but he's a lot less further around. Evil Dragon, 9th position. I think Casper's the furthest driver around, but he's down on his sector 1 time according to the screen, but we'll stick with Casper, who's down in 8th place. He's not going to be happy with that. Obviously set his time very early on, but it was pretty slow for Casper, so I think he's had a moment on his original lap, or maybe it was just a banker to get one on the board. The man that has won the opening 2 rounds this season. Yeah, he's down massively. We'll stick with him just in case the split times are wrong. But yeah, he won the opening 2 rounds. He dominated Japan a week ago. And 2 weeks ago, it wasn't really domination, but he was close with Jenga Boy all the way in the rain. And then Jenga Boy just ran out of fuel, and that cost Jenga Boy the win after Casper's battery blunder. Yeah, this is looking slow from Kai. Yeah, he's coming into the pits. So I think Kai was on a lap as well, we were mentioning. So we'll stick with Kai, who's got absolutely no battery to play with. So he's only got straight mode in the McLaren. As he comes up through 26 and now 27, gets as close to the wall as he dares. Gets a bit of the boost back as he goes, uses that line Lewis kind of used, and he hops into the pit lane. Jake has just done a lap and got himself ahead of his teammate. That's a solid lap from Jake there in the Aston Martin. The Astons have been complaining about the car. The rear not in their favour. Evil Dragon coming into the pits. Jordan on the Interstill. Scottish Coat, not a representable lap time in the Alpine for him. Oh, and he's in the wall, and he's clobbered the wall there. And that is him into the pit lane and needing a fresh front wing, and I think that is everyone now. We've got a couple of drivers on outlaps, and Kamke, 3rd in the championship. If he can score 3 points, he'll move ahead of Jenga Boy, who's not here scoring tonight in the Audi. Through 1, 2 and 3 he will go. Up to 4, 5 and 6 very fast corners, but that early lifting and coasting just to recharge the battery. We're going to see that a lot through the first sector, and you just feel that this section of track used to be so quick that you had to be on the throttle the whole time, but you can't really afford to do that under these regulations now. Using a bit of the battery, coming into 13, that just feels like it's never going to end, and the front of your car on this game, or this update of the game, just doesn't want to stick to the line that you plan to take. And you can hear the engine just whistling away as the Audi driver just recharges that battery to try and have any sort of advantage on the back couple of straights now. Through 21 he goes, 22, 23, pretty easy to get through as long as you don't go too wide and misjudge it. You shouldn't invalidate your lap. And now to the famous section where Lewis and Max made that contact all them years ago. 25, 6 and 7. The Haas driver gets out the way. He'll open the straight mode, uses what battery he has available, and this is surely enough for provisional pole from Cam Kane. Not quite, it's only second. It's the front row of the grid, and he'll be happy with that. Third in the championship. He's becoming a real dark horse this season, and a driver to watch out for. Lewis Craig up next on the mediums and improving. This could be a front row for Lewis Craig, only fourth quickest, a 30.9. He'll be happy with that on the mediums, especially if he can get in to the top 5. He made the mistake last week of qualifying on the softs, unexpectedly got into the top 5 and had to do a 2-stop because the soft just didn't really last. But Vesser managed to get the softs 12 laps at Suzuka, but he paid the price for it. Is anyone else on a lap? Looks like Deck is pushing at the moment, so we'll go with Deck. He's fourth in the driver's standing. He's actually best of the rest of the drivers under 20 points here in this season. Very quick driver, unlucky not to pick up the DBF2 title, and he did very well in DBF1 last season. In top 5 finish for him. He has proven that he is one of the best, and if you get involved in a race where you have to pass Deg, it's going to be a long night for you in the Ferrari this season. Daniel Piwilna, his teammate, not here tonight. So Deg carrying the lone prancing horse tonight. What will it be for him as he comes up to the final corner? We're on board with a Ferrari driver. You can hear the engine just whistling away at 305 kilometers an hour. He avoids the wall that Scottish Goat wasn't able to do so. He'll use up what battery the team have been able to give him, and it's a 5/10 improvement. Not an improvement in position, but he's got exactly the same time as Tech 31 Racing, the Specky Techie. He was the fat man in round 1. We're changing our names every week, which is very helpful for me. Casper Klein on the run up to the line. Provisional pole on the medium compound with just under 3.5 minutes to go here in Jeddah, and that will surely be his last run of the night. Kai has just started going again, or has just ended a lap, so he moves up to third. And well, with Casper Klein, this is probably his last run. He probably won't get to go again unless he's got fuel on board. 1.4 laps, yeah, he's not going to get another run. Deck's not getting another run. Tony's invalidated. Scottish Goat is improving, and that puts him up into 7th place, and that is a bit more respectable from the Scottish Goat. More like him. That is the Scottish Goat we've come to know and love. Jordan, mediums. Bavesser on the medium, but in the garage. Softs for the Astons and Dark Shadow. Mediums for Dash. I think Tech 31 Racing is the furthest around. No, he's definitely not. I think it is Dash, who's about to start his final run of the qualifying session, and he is down in 16th position at the moment. What will it be? He's only got one opportunity at this. He needs to get it right on the medium compounded tyre. Now we'll start getting the compounded tyres up towards the end. Just seeing what everyone had run previously, but now Dash, he needs to get this right. 16th at the moment, no time set, 2 invalidated laps. This is crunch time. You've got under 90 seconds now. Make this count, Dash. 70% on the battery as he gets through the first sector. Opens the straight mode wings. Used a bit of the boost on the exit of the corner. Now through 13, swing the Racing Bulls round, and just look at how smooth that was from Dash. So much quicker than a few other drivers we've seen. Cam Kane not going again. Cam Rules not going again. Kai not going again. So there is positions at stake here. Casper Klein not going again. Alexi Vibes has not come out of the pit lane, so won't go again. Casper looking for his second pole of the season. Bavesser obviously was the pole man in round number 2. Can he get pole? He's on an outlap. He might get to the line before the session ends. But Dash now, round that final corner, on the medium compound tyre. This is it for him. Alexei retired from the session, so 3 of the top 5 out of qualifying. Dash, P5 on the medium tyre. Where is everyone else? Is Lewis Craig quite far around? No. Jordan is quite far around. I think the Astons are the furthest. Jake's not going to set in a competitive lap time. Evil Dragon, first man up then. As we're counting the seconds to the end of qualifying. It was exciting in Suzuka, it was exciting in Silverstone. What will it be here in Jeddah tonight? On Wednesday, the 8th of July. Evil Dragon now round the final corner. This is it for him. If he wants a top 10 in qualifying, he needs the rear to stick with him on this lap. It has been a fairly decent lap, and it's only 12th quickest. Who's next? I think that's a Haas of Jordan, is it? Yeah, on the mediums. 6th fastest. He misses out on a top 5 finish. I think Kaya's on a lap here as well, improving by around about a second. 14th quickest. Techie improving as well. 8th quickest. Who is next? I think that's Scottish Goat. Yeah, but he's not improving. Surely Lewis Craig now. 4.5 tenths improvement. This could get Lewis Craig back into the top 5 on the medium compounded tyre as well. This would be a solid lap from the Scotsman. P6 misses out. Bevesser, P3. What a lap time on there and on the mediums. Dash going again, not going to be competitive, and that is your qualifying over. The Vested at the end there, snuck into the top 5. Dash was thinking he was in the top 5, but it was snuck away at the end. Casper Klein is the man on pole position though. 29.8, 1.5 tenths to Alexei. Then you've got Bethesda in 3rd, you've got Kai in 4th, Kamke in 5th, Dash in 6th, Lewis Craig 7th, Jordan 8th, and Specky Techie 9th, which is Tech Racing Cam in P10 as well. So I will see you in a few moments when the full grid is done and we are underway racing once more. So we're back on the grid for the real race. Now we've got 25 laps coming your way. 4 of the top 5 selected medium tyres in qualifying, so only Kamke will start on the softs. Kai, who has got my name, Jack Craig, on his screen for some reason, funny, is going to start in 6th place, even though he qualified in 4th. He had a 2-place grid penalty for absolutely murdering a Haas in Silverstone and then didn't race in Suzuka, so he's surveying his penalty tonight. That's provided Lewis has remembered, but Lewis probably has, knowing him. But we're now waiting on the grid. The drivers will get their setups back on the car. They will get the strategy and fuel load in order. And this is a track where the battery management will be key and favour the likes of Casper Klein. But the fuel as well. We've seen the fuel in the wet and at Silverstone, how it affected the race for about 3 different drivers. Didn't really come into play much in Suzuka, but I fear it may come into fruition tonight at some point. And, especially with Casper. Casper underfuels the car, but he did a good job, but it was also helped the fact that he had such a big gap over the rest of the field at Suzuka, where he could fuel save where and when he wanted. He might not have that luxury tonight. And Alexei, on his debut in Dive Bomb F1, looking very quick on the medium compounded tyres in qualifying. Can he mount a challenge, a serious challenge to Casper? Do we have another contender here, ladies and gentlemen? It will be exciting to see. And if Casper can have a bit of pressure put on him, well, will he crumble? He handled the pressure last year. He's handled the pressure so far this season. Just got to find out if he can do it again. And having missed 2 rounds, if Alexei wants a chance at winning the DBF1 Championship or being anywhere close, he will need a solid 10 rounds. I believe we have got the go-ahead from Lewis Craig to ready up. No, he set the time, so we do know when the driver's going to ready up. So we've got another minute or so. Until we get going here. I'm just trying to remember. Before the grid goes, the statistics. So we got the pole list up. Do I have the pole list up? Pole, yes. So Casper Klein moves to 13 pole positions. That is 1 behind Darky's record. But we're on the grid now. We've got 5 red lights for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. It's lights out and away we go. And Casper Klein gets off the line well. And Alexei's going to try and mount a challenge, but he has got Bevesser and Kamke in behind. The McLaren's trying to make moves as well, with Dash in the middle, trying not to get caught up. And it seems that everyone's got away clean. Kamke, though, on those soft compounded tyres, just got that extra grip in this opening few laps before the tyres go off, and that allowed him to get past the Mercedes in a critical move for the Audi driver, who's got Kai behind him, who's up 1 place, and Lewis Craig is all the way at the back. He's had some contact. Doesn't look like he's got any damage. Deck has dropped all the way down as well, so we'll have to see and hear what's happened later on. And Lewis Craig, that's unfortunate, that's twice in 2 weeks now he's had contact at the start or gone off. And as the first lap now settles down, it's Casper Klein leading the way. You've got Alexei in second, Kamke third, Bevesser fourth, Kai, or Jack, whatever you want to call him, in 5th place. Dash is held on to set. Cam Rules in 7th. Scottish Gold 8th as Bevesser now getting past Kamke Mam. And it's a bit squillery out in front. Kai now trying to make a move on Bevesser. Both drivers on the medium compound. We'll get the telemetry and tyres up after the end of this first lap. Oh, and a bit of contact between 3rd and 4th there. And as they come on to the start-finish straight to begin the second tour, it looks like Kai is up into the top 3, and he has got eyes set on the top 2. And Professor is going to lose 2 into 1 because, Kamke trying to make the move. He's trying to use those softs while they have the advantage. They're side by side again through turns 3. And Professor hangs on to position for now. Opening moments in this Grand Prix. Fantastic start for everyone, as long as your name's not Lewis Craig. Kai already 1 second adrift of the top 2, and Alexi is right on the back of Casper here, who has got the fuel light mode on, so he has got some fuel saving later on, a lot more battery than Alexi, but that could be due to not having the overtake mode at his disposal. That will allow Alexi to march on, but when, as you've seen in real F1, that if Alexi gets past, he'll have no battery to play with, and then Casper will hold all the cards. And here we go for the race lead. Alexi absolutely flew past Casper Klein, but he goes deep into the corner, and that will allow Casper back ahead, you would imagine, who now can use that battery that he has as to his disposal, and that has allowed Kai right onto the back of the top 2. And is it time for round 2 between the top 2? So Alexi made his move and Casper sailed back past. But Alexi, with no battery at the moment, going to try and save a bit more to launch an attack. Calm Rules is on the back of Bevesser now, and it looks like Specky Techie and Scottish Goat battling away. And it is Tech 31 Racing that moves up into 8th place. See some drivers behind. There was definitely contact in the early phase. Lewis Craig in the back of this train now, trying to get past. But Kaya having the overtake off the 2 Astons, helping Kaya stay ahead. Alexi now in danger of the 1 second as Dash and Cam battling away. Dash has passed, and maybe the softs already going off on lap number 3 here. And it's Jordan's turn to get past the Scottish Goat. On the hards is ERT Jordan, so he's going long in this Grand Prix. A 1-stop definitely coming his way. Jake and Lewis Craig battling away. Looked like Lewis got ahead for a while, but Jake got back past, and the Astons now need to work together. They're 1.7 adrift of Deck here. And there goes Lewis Craig. The straight line speed on that McLaren car is just so much better than the 2 Astons using the battery to get ahead. And Lewis has got a long stint in this Grand Prix to go. And Alexi now has lost the overtake boost button. And he has got Kai for company now as Casper sets the fastest lap and is starting to stretch his legs at the beginning of this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Professor back into 4th ahead of Calm Rules, who is down the order, and he's got fuel saving coming his way as well. Tony in the pits. And he has retired from the session, so that's the first casualty of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We expect a few more to come. Professor, now that he's gotten into a groove and calmed himself down off that race start. 1.1 behind the top 3. Can he get himself involved in this battle for the podium? 4th last week, 15 points if he can hang on to 4th, but he's got Calm Rules in the Cadillac, who was very quick last week, wanting a slice of the pie at the podium as well. Alexi now starting to claw back in to Casper Klein, and you'll see that over this race when Casper has fuel saving to do. He'll want to save that fuel as quick as possible. And Kai, multiple race wins, multiple Grand Prix in Dive Bomb, and he's got every other league under the sun experience as well. Can he get past Alexi? This is becoming a 4-way battle, slightly for the win of the Grand Prix. Casper not having it all his own way, but he does have the battery advantage, but he used a lot of it on that previous lap. As Dash now trying to get past Cam Rules, both drivers on the medium, and that is the Racing Bull ahead of the Cadillac, but the Cadillac going to come back at him, and that is wonderful driving from the pair. And Cam Rules stays ahead, but it does drop them 7 tenths off the top 4 hunt. Now the top 4 all within 5 tenths of each other here. Kai lifting off into 13, saving the battery where he can. And this is all about tyre preservation now. Make sure those mediums can go as long as you need them to try get onto the softs if you can. Going off Kamke's pace though, this is definitely a medium to hard or hard to medium. That top 5 qualifying on the softs is just so hard to make them last any sort of distance. And it could be that the quick drivers are all going to be changing to the medium for qualifying. Jordan now has passed Tech 31 Racing for P8, and Jordan, who started quite down the order, starting to make his way up. The hards are coming to him now at this phase of the Grand Prix, and he's using a bit of the battery to try and make a move. Cam Rules and Dash back at it. Dash moved to the right, back to the left as he picked up P5. That's 12 points coming his way if it can stick, and he'll have a bit of the overtake boost button to stay ahead. Great driving from these two in these opening 5.5 laps. Alexi, this is what we wanted to see though. We wanted drivers to challenge Casper Clem. We know Jenga Boy has good pace. Isn't enough to challenge Casper over the course of 12 weeks. We don't know that yet. Hopefully this pace from Alexi can continue. Kai as well doing a solid job. They're starting to drop Bevesser once more. And Sylvain will be hoping to get back into the overtake button. And Jordan now past Cam, but has no battery, and that'll just be an easy move for Cam to get back past. His softs may be dead, but having some battery does help. And now Kai, who has the battery button available, unlike Alexi, this could be the Williams being a sitting duck here on the start finish. They go through 27 now. It's the run to number 1. Will the McLaren get past the Williams as we begin the 7th lap of the Grand Prix? No, not able to, just saving. He knows what he needs to do, Kai. He's won multiple Grand Prix. This is all about managing the gap. Making sure Casper doesn't sail off into the sunset. He's less than 2 seconds behind, so an undercut for the McLaren. He's in distance to make that happen. Casper though, 50% battery. Got the possibility of being able to cover that off. And with safety cars and red flags, sitting in the dirty air of the car ahead, not what you want for your tyres if you want to go long. And Kai now, this surely is the time for the move for the McLaren driver. It might not be into 21, but it might be on the back straight after that. He's losing a bit of time actually. The dirty air not helping the McLaren through the sections of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix circuit. Yeah, and that looks like it's going to be that. Jordan back past Cam K-Mam, who's now under pressure from the Williams, who might even get Jordan into the final corner. Very close. He'll get the overtake button as Lewis passes Deck. Not quite got the battery, but Jordan's got 0, and you can see that towards the back end of the straight, running out of deployment, but stays ahead for the time being. And Tech now trying to mount a challenge. I tell you what, Kamke is doing a fantastic job keeping the softs going as long as he has. He might need to box in the next lap or two for the hard compound. But information for the other teams, if they're watching the stream or paying attention to Cam's position, not very quick, but the softs do last. And now, on the 8th lap of the Grand Prix, the tyres starting to fade away as Deck, Scottish Colt, Lewis, Craig all having battles. I think Lewis was ahead of this and is now behind. Maybe pushed off wide as Deck has gone wide as well. Maybe some contact between the drivers. And now we're sort of in that distance now where the undercut for the cars behind is gone. Casper is starting to sail away as Tech gets past Jordan. That gap is about 3 seconds now. Kai being held up by the Williams. Vavesser's there. Dash is closed in within a second as well now. Lewis and Acorn battling away for position. We're on board with the Ferrari as he goes down the inside of the McLaren and sails away. And Scottish Goat now is going to get past Lewis Craig, who's into the pits and has wing damage. This might be the end of Lewis's night. Or is he going to keep going? I don't believe Lewis stopped. I think this is his first stop now. So he'll get a new wing, a new nose cone, and some hard tyres and go to the end and hope that a safety car can help him out. And well, Casper Klein has a 3-second time penalty. We mentioned pressure. He was under none, and maybe that was the problem. Pressure creates diamonds. And Casper Klein has been a diamond most of his DBF1 career. 15 wins in 23 Grand Prix. It was on course for 16 in 24. And well, with fuel to save and a 3-second time penalty, he's got the gap now. But will he have the gap come the end of the Grand Prix? Extra incentive for the drivers now. And then Jordan got ahead of Tech. And here comes Tech to get back past. And this is just a battery Grand Prix at this point. The drivers, whoever has the most boost, you make a move and then just get overtaken. So Dash, the first of the front runners now to box. So we'll see his pit stop. Surely hard compound to the end. Pardon me. Yep, hard tyres on that Racing Bull, in and out under 2 seconds. That is lovely. Cam K as well for Audi. Softs, 10 laps. Interesting information. Not very quick though. You can see the graining on that soft tyre as the Audi mechanics took it off. And he will be released into some clean air. And it's all about pumping in the lap times now for Cam K Mam as he goes a bit wide there on the exit of the pit lane. Lewis, Craig and Jake hoping for safety cars at the back. And Professor now within striking distance, so is Kai. And this is sort of the pit stop phase now. They were within a second of DE Dash. So you'd imagine this is in-lap critical for some of the top drivers. They're 4.2 behind Casper, who's depleted his battery. This might well be the in-lap for Casper Klein. This is critical moments in the Grand Prix. He needs to make a move. Is he going to cover himself off? You'd imagine he'll go when others decide to go. Get the medium as long as possible. Does anyone coming to the pits? I believe the Cadillac is indicating so. And yeah, Cam Rules into the box. Now waiting for a fresh set of boots are the mechanics at Cadillac all the way down the bottom of the grid. But Jordan and Tech 31, they're going to be the best of friends come the end of this Grand Prix, and their videos that they make, Jordan I know definitely makes the videos or streams as Grand Prix, will be interesting to watch. Overtake after overtake, it'll be a long video, but fantastic driving. There's been no contact to the best of our knowledge now. 5 seconds is the gap out front. How long Do second, third, and fourth leave it here? Calm Rules has come out 3 seconds adrift of DE Dash. And every lap that Dash is left untouched, uncovered, is time that he can gain on the top 4 and come out ahead. But the tyre deficit, but will it be the tyre deficit in Silverstone in real life, or will it be Austria? The tyre deficit wasn't enough in Austria. It was enough in Silverstone until the wheel cover broke for Kimi, and Jordan back past Tech, and now Tech surely after this 21, 2 and 3 complex will get back past. Lovely camera angle now, and he's got so much energy, as you've seen the Racing Bulls in the background. Here comes Tech 31, not able to do so this time, maybe biding his time. 100% battery, burn it all the way down the back straight, and Jordan, who's on the hard compound, will be going long, so you know you need to get ahead. They're really actually slowing each other down to an extent. And Dash is just so fast. He was 3 seconds back. He's now 1.3. How long can the Casper will be probably covered, but how long can Alexei, Kai, and Bevesser leave this for? They're surely in range for Dash to do the undercut on them, and I believe actually if they were to come in, they would come out behind him. Acorn in the pits now. Comes out just ahead of Lewis, it looks like. Will be under pressure straight away. As long as he gets to these first couple of corners, he'll be alright. Battling away for the final couple of points. Obviously points to top 14, and there's a move out in front. It looks like Alexei's finally been passed by Kai, and he might be getting passed by Bevesser as well. That was critical for Kai. He needed to get past. 5.5 behind Casper. Now, are all three coming into the pit lane? They are. Critical for Kai, who tries to get stopped. He almost clipped the front wing there. Did get stopped. Oof. Talk about putting the car on edge. Alexei in, Bevesser in. DE Dash coming down at the start finish line. Moves ahead of all of them. And they come out behind Jordan and Tech. Kai does get past Tech. That's critical. That might allow him to get away from Alexei. Bevesser actually came out behind Calm Rules. Slow stop for the Mercedes crew, it must have been. Now, this is crucial for Kai's race to get ahead of Jordan early doors, and he does. And Techie gets out the way for Alexei, who's his teammate. And Techie actually getting out the way of everyone that was ahead of him. So good on Techie. He knows that's not the battle that he's fighting, and knows that it is critical for him to not lose any time and maybe use the slipstream of the cars ahead for a good in-lap. As his teammate boxed in the last lap, so you'd imagine he'll come in this lap. Alexei might be the next driver to make a move on ERT Jordan. We used to have loads of elite racing team drivers in DBF1. We're down to the last one, but that is no shame. We love Jordan here at Dive Bomb, and he is passed by not one, but two of the top four. Alexei and Calm Rules get past, and Bevesser might be fancying a shot at the action. Casper Klein coming out of the pits. DE Dash with the fastest lap. This might be the lead of the Grand Prix. We're on board, and you can see that Red Bull out in front. Work to do for Casper now. He's obviously got the tyre deficit that he needs on Dash. And he's got a 1 lap deficit on Kai, who's dropped Alexei and Calm Rules and Bevesser into his rear view mirror now. And this is all about that 3 seconds that Red Bull car has out in front. Can Dash or Kai do anything about this and take the win away from Casper. And it looked like it was Casper's all of the first stint. Even after the penalty, it looked like his, but they are on course to mount a challenge, and it's a purple Sector 1 from the McLaren driver. He is quick here, and he is so quick compared to Dash. The tyre deficit already helping Kai. And the McLaren now and Dash, they need to work together. I know with 12 laps to go, you're thinking, get past and just try and stay within the 3 seconds. Don't even have to pass Casper. Stay within the 3 seconds. But if you can somehow, as Professor gets past Calm Rules, but Calm Rules might be coming back at the Merc. Stay within the 3 seconds without costing each other any time for Dash and Kai. That is critical. 11 laps to go here in Jeddah. It's been an entertaining Grand Prix, and the race win is still up for grabs. It's 3.3 with the leader having a 3-second time penalty, so pace to find. And does Casper Klein? Yeah, the fuel light is gone on that Red Bull, and Kai is now within 0.4 of a second here of Dash. This might be the move for P2 that he so needs desperately, not quite able to do it into turn 13. Kai looking quick. He's got a good amount of battery at his disposal as well. Casper not really got much battery out in front. He's wanting to break this 3 seconds as quickly as possible and then just settle down. Oh, and it's a safety car. Yeah, it's a safety car. Full course safety car here in DBF1. We definitely didn't have a safety car in Suzuka. I don't believe we had one. No, we did have one in Silverstone, where Casper made the tactical error, and oh, nightmare for Casper Klein. We're going to have at least 2 or 3 laps under the safety car. He doesn't come into the pits, but that basically means he's going to have to do all that hard work again to get the penalty. I don't even know why, because no one DNF'd. It doesn't look like anyone's had any incidents. And oh, some of the drivers in. Kai's in. Medium compounded tyres again. Yep, fresh rubber. Dash, Bevesser in. Yeah, everyone's coming in. Except Alexi. Alexi stayed out. You'd believe... Oh, and Casper's at the safety car. It won't let him pass. He's not really been on the hards for that long, though. We'll get the tyres up quickly. Yeah, it's only 2 laps. When the safety car comes in, it'll be about 5 or 6. Will it make that much of a difference? I don't believe so. He might be okay here. I think Alexi's seen 2 cars ahead. Boxing and not boxing may be a mistake. Especially around this track. Track position, obviously, in F1 is usually king. But around here, it's just so easy to pass that you've got every opportunity in the world. But maybe he's thinking if he can get involved with Casper like he did in the opening few laps of the first stint, he could be on for a race victory in his debut. Yeah, Kai's right up on the back here. He's not going to be able to box Casper. And if he does, he's basically waving goodbye to the win. It's going to be interesting to see. People, this helps. Jake, it helps close up on the mediums. Deck gets onto the softs. Lewis Craig in the top 10 now on fresh mediums as well. So that helps Lewis Craig and Jake after their disaster of Grand Prix. And well, lap 15 of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. This Grand Prix was turned on its head, and the top 2 stay out because they have to. Casper Klein, for the second time this season, is under real pressure for the race win. And just when you believe that that 4 race wins in a row could be broken, it looks like it looks in danger. But if anyone can do it, Casper Klein can definitely go on and win this Grand Prix. Let's not take the mick, or let's not say that Casper's lost this Grand Prix already. We know if there's any man on a tyre deficit and a time penalty that can win a Grand Prix, it's him in the Red Bull. He's in the Red Bull for a reason. And we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Couple of the drivers at the back trying to close up. Scottish Goat, Deck, Kaya, the 2 Astons trying to close that gap up. Wonder if the safety car will actually allow them to. We know how dodgy Formula One safety cars are. We'll just have to wait and see. We've got a couple. We're definitely not going this lap. I think it's too late for the safety car to come in. So it'll be 18, which means we've got 9 Grand Prix laps to go. How many of those will be racing, we'll have to wait and see. And every lap that this ticks on, Casper's race win seems to go further and further away from happening. Gives him less time to find that gap. And he's actually got his fuel light back on. But under the safety car, surely he'll get that saved. Alexi's okay, Kai's okay, Dash. Calm Rules has it. Tech has it. And that's it now. And you'd imagine, well, Deck and Kaya will definitely catch up this lap. The Aston should, by the end of this lap, catch up to Bert Mylander and the Mercedes safety car. So we should get going again on lap 19. Which would mean we have 8 laps of racing to go. Seven laps of racing to go. Sorry, my maths is absolutely terrible. And it just seems... Yeah, the Astons are caught up now. Surely safety car will come in this lap. It should help with the fuel. Casper should be saving. And then we'll get rid of the tyres. Then we know what everyone's on. A couple of guys have made 2 stops, obviously. We know what tyres everyone's on now. And it's all about what tyres he's on. The top 2. Will they stay the top 2? Will it be roles reversed? We're just waiting for the message from race control, and then Casper Klein will become the safety car. And there we go. 7 laps of racing action. The leader is on hards. The chasing pack are on mediums. The leader has a 3-second time penalty. All the odds are stacked in the chasing pack's favour, but the leader is Casper Klein. He's got 15 wins in 23 Grand Prix. If anyone can do it, it will be him. We have got the action coming back in just a few moments when Casper Klein decides to go, and it looks like he has. Yeah, he has gone, because when you go and dive bomb, you can't stop and go again. Oh, and there's a crash further back. Mr. Third place in the championship, Cam K-Mam, is either spun or being hit, and we are live again for green flag racing. This is critical for Casper Klein. He needs to use these tyres, and while he has Alexi behind for the few moments he will, he needs to get away. Kai now, this is critical for him to win the Grand Prix. He needs to get past. He has no overtake until the start of lap 20. Calm rules and Dash seem to, as you were, there was a bit of flickering on the timing board, but it seems all right. Jordan as well on the mediums. What a Grand Prix he's having. I believe that's only one stop as well for him. Kai now, this is critical, this is the moment he needs. McLaren and him as a team need him to get ahead of Alexi, but Alexi stays ahead. 1.1 to Casper Klein now, and this is critical for Casper's race. He needs Alexi to stay ahead as long as he possibly can. They're not teammates, of course, but Alexi wants to finish as high as possible in his debut and get as many championship points as he can because he missed the opening 2 rounds. Kai now, critical to get past here with no overtake. He needs to use the battery and get ahead and try and stay ahead when Alexi gets the boost on the next lap. But something he's got to watch out for is Dash, because Dash is not going to give up the chance of a win in DBF1. I believe it's only 4 DBF1 race winners have won in DBF2. Dash is wanting to make that 5. This is it. This is the moment. Kai has the boost. He's now ahead. Oh, big lock up and he goes deep into turn number 1. And now he's got a 3-second time penalty. So your best chance at beating Casper for the win is just fallen away, and it's an illegal overtake. He needs to let Alexi back through. Casper Klein, he's already 3 seconds up the road. Oh, what a nightmare for Kai. And Casper will be dancing in that cockpit. 3 seconds he needed. He's sending purple sectors. All the pressure was on him, but now it's all gone. 2.7, but it basically means nothing now because he needs to catch him and pass him. Oh, Kai, what a nightmare for him. And the sad thing is, if he doesn't get another warning, he'll want that removed, but because he gained the advantage, he won't. I know he gave the place back, but the stewards aren't going to remove that. And in my view, they might, but I don't think they will. This is all on Dash and Calm Rules and Bevesser now having a fantastic final 5 laps. Here comes Dash. Kai is just a sitting duck, and Dash now into second. Alexi's there. Calm Rules and Bevesser. Lewis Craig is somehow into 7th place after the state of his Grand Prix. Dash now is your only hope, or Bevesser or Calm Rules. They're going to be 3 wide into turn number 1 here. Bevesser backs out. Calm Rules doesn't. Alexi and him banging wheels. Love tapping through turns 1 and 2 and 3. Who will lead into 4? Who will yield? It is Alexi who does, and that was the smart thing to do. And now he's got Bevesser all over the back of his engine cover and stays ahead. Does the driver on the hard compound. He might be regretting not coming in for a set of mediums. He might be on for the win if he boxed for mediums. But everything is good in hindsight. Dash, no boost, can't close the gap to Casper Klein. They just can't do it. They can't get close enough. It's gaining. They got it to 3.8. It's now 4.4. As the laps fade, the race win for anyone other than Casper Klein fades. Safety car again! We've got another safety car. On lap 21 of the Grand Prix is a second safety car, and surely everyone is going to be in for softs. I think that was Kaya. He's had a moment in Sector 1. Another safety car at the end of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Yeah, Casper's in. Oh, he's going to be fuming. And I just hope this doesn't end under safety car like it did at Silverstone in real life at the weekend. Surely it won't. I don't believe the games can end under safety car. And people are staying. People have not boxed. Some of the guys in front have boxed. How many racing laps are we going to get here in Saudi Arabia? Kai leads. Calm Rules, going by penalties, could win his first Grand Prix in only a second race. Alexis in third on course for a podium, but Vesser's in fourth. Lewis Craig is somehow in fifth after being 30 seconds off 14th. Deck has retired from the session. I think he had about 20 seconds worth of time penalties. And if Kaya gets ahead of him, which you'd imagine he will, Deck won't score a point now. So Kai leads, has a time penalty. Casper Klein is the first of the runners. Jake's in 8th place. He can't have stopped though, he must be on worn rubber. So now it's on Kai to try and gain that 3 seconds to win. Calm Rules has a chance at winning, and he has the advantage that Kai has a 3-second time penalty. Alexi's got worn hards that he's still on. Bavester on fourth. Lewis Craig could still end up winning this Grand Prix or end up on the podium, getting himself closer to the 30 that he so desires. The race was fantastic. It was a great opening stint, even though Casper started towards the end of it sailing away. It was a great second stint. The safety car put everything up in the air. It looked like Casper might not win. Then it was all Casper was definitely going to win. Then another safety car means that there is real pressure. Casper's in 7th on the freshest tyres with a 3-second time penalty. Can he get past everyone? How long will this safety car go? Will it allow Kaya to catch up? It looks like it will. So we'll start the 23rd lap of this race. And if it comes in this lap, which you'd believe it would, we're on course for a great finish. So we're on lap 23. I know it says Jack Craig is leading in first on your screen, and usually I would want to say that that is true, but it's not. I'm in the commentary box. Jack Craig is Kai, multiple race winner in DBF1. Looked like he could have definitely been on for a championship charge if he was here for the whole of season 7. He's got 4 Grand Prix, this guy. If he wins this, he'll be on 5 and enter the top 10. He will be on the likes of Jenga Boy, Matter, Hambo, all on 5 race wins. Safety car in this lap. But he has got a massive task ahead. The top 6, all on worn rubber. They have not boxed. Kai has a penalty out in front. Casper Klein, fresh rubber, but a 3-second time penalty. The championship leader has pressure and needs to try and win this Grand Prix. We're going to have 2 racing laps, 1 racing lap of overtake. Casper Klein, 4 race wins in a row. Tried to break the record for 5. It doesn't look like it's going to happen, but we've said that before about him, and he's won the Grand Prix. Kai is now virtually the safety car. We go when he goes, no overtaking to the start-finish line. It is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here in DBF1. 2 laps to go once we get going. And we're underway, no overtaking until the start-finish straight. Who will win this Grand Prix? I have absolutely no idea, but Vesser already trying to make a move on Alexi. Cam Rules is ahead, and we've had massive contact at the restart. Alexi's gone off, Lewis Craig's gone off, he's got damage again. Casper's in 5th place, the Red Bull driver, the championship leader, and we've got another safety car, it says. I think that's just a glitch though. We seem to be racing still. Ignore the safety car message on the top left. We are in racing conditions. Kasper Klein is in 4th place. He needs 3 seconds on the field to win the Grand Prix. Bevesser on course for 2nd with Kai's penalty. Calm rules in only his 2nd ever race in the top tier of Dive Bomb Sports, on course for a race win. We have got 6.1 kilometres to go after this lap to decide a race winner. We've got yellow flags everywhere. There's carnage everywhere on the field. We can't even begin to imagine where it is. And the championship leader, who was 7th on the restart, is somehow in 3rd place, but he got no battery. Him and his probably on pace, his closest rival, Kai, out in 2nd place, trying to get past him and gain as many championship points on his challengers as he can. Will he win the Grand Prix? 2nd and 3rd have 3 seconds to gain. Calm rules. He might lose the lead of the Grand Prix here, but he'll be okay as long as he doesn't have any accidents on the final lap. Overtake mode enabled now, and the top 4 all within a second of each other. They'll have the boost, except the Cadillac out in front. Kasper Klein closing, but Kai is closing as well. It might end up with Calm Rules in 3rd place going into turn 1. He does, but the McLaren locks up again. He's off again. He picks up a 10-second penalty for speeding. He's ahead. He's behind, Kasper. And that's the 2nd time the McLaren's done that tonight. He cannot get the braking into turn number 1. Lewis Craig's called it a day, retired in the pits. He'll be filing a steward's report after the race is over. Somehow, this man, he just finds a way to lead the Grand Prix at every moment. He led every lap at Suzuka. He won in Silverstone because Jenga Boy ran out of fuel in his Mercedes. He's led practically the whole Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. He's leading again somehow after the safety car. He's under huge pressure from Kai though. But at the moment, it's the Cadillac that's going to win the Grand Prix. There's moves further back, but on the final lap, we're only watching the battle for the race win. He needs 3 seconds, does Kasper, to win the Grand Prix here, but he's got no battery to play with. He doesn't have overtake mode to his disposal. Kieran does. Kieran trying to make the move, but action further back. This is for the win, basically. Bevesser and Calm Rules, whoever leads into turn 27, you'd imagine will win the Grand Prix. It might be the greatest heist the Mercedes driver's ever pulled. He's not able to do so. It's a run to the line now. Bevesser and Calm Rules. Calm Rules made his move to the left-hand side. He can't move again. Bevesser wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix by 17 thousandths of a second. What an ending to the DBF1 Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. How has he won that? Calm Rules did everything at the end to win, but he's got to settle for 2nd. Kasper on the podium. The consecutive win record is not broken yet again. For the 3rd time, we have 4 race wins in a row come to an end. What an ending to the Grand Prix. Congratulations to Bevesser picking up his 1st ever win. Commiserations to Calm Rules. It looked like he was on course for the win, but he just missed out by 17 thousandths of a second. It was a fantastic Grand Prix for the whole 25 laps. The safety cars at the end just made it spicy, and well, it looked like Kasper had it wrapped up, then it didn't, then it did, and then it didn't again. And somehow the Mercedes drivers come out on top. And Kasper Klein not able to break the record of 4 consecutive race wins. He's done it twice, 4 race wins in a row, but that 5th is like winning a 2nd championship. It's just not able to happen. That is your rundown of the grid. We'll go through it as we kind of missed a bit. Bevesser wins, Calm Rules 3rd, Kasper Klein Calm Rules 2nd, Kasper Klein 3rd. Alexi came 4th in his debut. Jordan 5th, great result for him. Calm came on, got back up into 6th. Specky Techie 7th. Jake 8th, good result for Jake in the Aston. Scottish Goat 9th. Kieran came home in 10th. Evil Dragon 11th. Dark Shadow 12th. Dash 13th. He was definitely involved in the carnage on the restart. Lewis didn't finish. Acorn didn't finish. And Tony as well was out on the 1st lap. That has been DBF1. What a Grand Prix. I'm going to go try catch my breath and have a beer, and we will see you all next week. I believe next week is the Canadian Grand Prix. I'll just double check that before I do leave you guys. Yeah, we head off to Canada in 7 days' time. So we'll see you then. Enjoy watching that one back. I've been Jack Craig. This has been DBF1. Thank you for watching and goodbye.